Hey guys, it is time for the 1982 IFL Super Bowl between the Wilmington Generals and the High Plains Drifters. So let me get a link to send to folks. All right. Hopefully we'll have some guys join in. One time Dennis will hop on. Okay, so monitor this so can make sure somebody wants to jump on. Hopefully they'll send me an instant message as well if I don't respond. High Plains has won a title back in 1973. Wilmington has got three. They won in 75, 79, and 1981 last year. So Wilmington looking for their fourth IFL championship. High Plains looking for their second. Haven't joined yet, so I'm just going to try again just in case. 1982, of course, was a strike season, so kind of an odd year to have a replay for. We saw High Plains get a crazy amount of touchdowns. Rick Upchurch has one of the highest punt return touchdowns in history with a punt return touchdown on 6. And I believe he had like 5, and I believe the number 2 guy, I'd have to check to be sure. For some reason, I want to say Irving Fryer, but the number 2 punt returner had a couple as well. So this is a team that gets a lot of punt return touchdowns. So, game should be starting shortly. We have a chance for another repeat. Dennis just repeated recently in 1977-78. I believe that's the only other time that's happened in the league. I'm trying to think back to a couple of other teams. Yeah, that would be the only time so far we've had a repeat. So Wilmington looking to become the second team to get back-to-back titles. High Plains had a rough, they had to win 2 road games, had a rough road to get here, having to visit Sheba City to open with, and then having to play a tough game at the Drake Up Middies. And Butch is able to win on the road both times. So he's hoping to get one more upset in the bag here and win a title. Butch is, I didn't realize that till a day or two ago, has recently had some health issues. Definitely wish him the best with that. This will be the 19th IFL Championship game. Started with the 1964 season. So we hit the 20-year mark with the 1983 cards coming up. And as always, we start roughly the first or second Saturday as far as the draft of November. So we'll have a few months here before we get going again. We kind of have it staggered that way to allow, because a lot of people are in fall leagues or leagues which just begin immediately when the new cards come out. So there's a lot of other leagues traffic going on, you might say, with the off season, the drafts, the beginning of the season. So kind of have IFL staggered that way, so it'll allow people to focus a little bit on their fall drafts and such. And with retro seasons, draft prep is a little bit easier to begin with because you already know what everybody's going to do, and we have all the cards out. Here we go. Got a new IP. So soon. Sorry for the dead space here. I'm already kind of thinking football, so I'm not sure what's going on with the delay. Well, sorry I didn't write a whole lot of filler script for the game. Got a warm summer day here in the middle of May in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's going to be like in the mid 90s, 93 or 4. So not unusual totally. Back in 1980, during my sophomore or junior college break, anyway, it's one of the first times I'd ever did a summer job where I worked indoors and was working at the local bank and happened to be the summer of 100 plus or 110 plus degree days. We had like lots of 112, 111, just unbelievably hot middle of May or end of May. And a lot of those are still records here in the area. But normally May is kind of a up and down weather month here, probably like a lot of places around the United States where like starting in about 5 days, 4 days on Monday, we've got like a 50% chance of rain projected for the next 8 days. So we've already had a pretty good amount of rain here. Well, here we go again, Jay's been trying to host. Looks like Butch is going to try now. Here we go. Now we got some football coming. Looks like we had a touchback to open things up. No, actually, ball's on the 15, so 1st and 20, we might have missed a play. Lynn Dickey in at quarterback, of course. For High Plains, Kenny Anderson will be running the show for the Generals. It's a nice pickup for Upchurch. Got 20 yards right off the bat. Let me just check and see if anybody's trying to join. Not so far. Okay. See, I've got the old Houston Oilers for a logo here. There's a loss of 3 on a flat pass. Lynn Dickey to Paul Kaufman. So it'll be 2nd and 13. Off tackle right, Joe Cribbs. He's going to get a nice gain, 21 yards. No box there, so High Plains with a nice opening drive, getting into Wilmington's territory. 1st and 10. Franco Harris and Joe Cribbs in the backfield. Really nice tight end and Paul Kaufman, and then wide receivers White Clark, Rick Upchurch. Here's a draw left. That's going to get rid of any linebacker help, and Cribbs is going to grab 7 yards. Second and 3. Off tackle draw left, Franco. That's going to be a keyed. He's going to lose a yard. One of the rare seasons, Franco does not have a high fumble chance. He's got the minimum this year. I've had High Plains for a few years. I know in the past, Franco is one of those guys that will put the ball on the turf. 3rd and 4. The Wilmington 41. It's going to be a flat pass. No, off tackle right. Franco gets strong. It's going to get 3. It'll set up a 4th and 1, so we'll see High Plains offense stay on the field here. Gerald Riggs in at halfback here. Big play early. There's another draw off tackle right, Franco Harris, and he's got the first down, 4-yard pickup. So probably Ray Worshing. I don't know for sure. I don't know. When I had High Plains, I drafted Worshing quite a while ago, and he was a long-term kicker. Yeah, still Ray Worshing, and it's pretty good out for a while. There's an 8-yard flat pass to Rick Upchurch, set up 2nd and 2. Off tackle left, Franco. This will be guessed right. Extra man in the zone. No gains. Set up 3rd and 2. Worshing's in the 2 through 8 range. He might have a 12 or something to go with it, but it's in the 2 through 8 range here, and I believe in the next field goal range. So there's a bomb to Upchurch. Guessed wrong. Short yardage defense. Good opportunity here. It's going to be a touchdown. Lynn Dickey finds Rick Upchurch. It'll be a 26-yard touchdown. High Plains with the early 7-0 lead as Worshing puts it in. It's a kickoff 2 yards. I've got some super slow animation for some reason. This has occasionally happened in a couple of leagues I've had this year. Even though I've got animation maxed out, I'm not allowing play animation replay. Know exactly why it's running so slow. It's unreal. I'm going to have to turn animation off for a moment. Strat's, not to mean to complain about Strat, but they've had a lot of issues. I know we're not allowed to talk about them on the Strat forum, but there's been a lot of guys complaining about some of the stuff that's been going on. Some of it didn't seem to be at the beginning of the year, but a lot of buggy issues with it starting around January. So it's 3rd and 3, missed a couple of plays there. So guess wrong, short pass to Dan Ross, high volume tight end, and he's got 13, first down. So Wilmington down 7-0 midway first with the ball on their own 44, 1st and 10. Short to Joyner being double teamed by Beasley Reese. That's going to be incomplete. Charlie Romes would have made the play anyway. However, always nice to get a correct double team. Good call by Butch, 2nd and 10. James Brooks at halfback. Ted Brown at fullback. There's a short to Ross, guess wrong. Incomplete. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. If we had MVP votes, Ken Anderson would be right around the top of the list. Jefferson, John Jefferson, Charlie Joyner at wide receiver. He's got Ross and Harris at fullback, and Ted Brown, or I'm sorry, at tight end, and Ted Brown at fullback, who's a fantastic short receiver. Short to Jefferson, double teaming Brown. Must run, Anderson gets 4. Pat McAnally will punt. Coffin corner is going to try to avoid those great returners. Goes 26 yards, first down. Lynn Dickey takes the field. Dickey throws a lot of picks, but he has got a great long card. I believe have a couple other quarterbacks in the league this year that were similar. I want to say Vince Ferragamo, maybe one. Seemed like there was another one that was really good long, but just had a few picks. There's more than one in the league at this time. 6-yard pickup for Cribbs, 2nd and 4, off tackle left against the short yardage defense, plugged zone, 0. Cribbs has a higher fumble chance, as you see, 64 on a guess right run. So it'll be 3rd and 4, staying with the pro set, 3-4. Both teams running the 3-4. It's off tackle left, Cribbs, no extra linebackers. It's got 3. Set up a tough call on 4th and 1, but you got the lead. Make you more likely to punt. But I think most of us are going for a 4th and 1, especially 35 or better. So flat pass right to Cribbs, 1 man in zone. It's going to be a 1st down, 9-yard pickup. Nice gamble there by Butch. Well, like I say, I think a lot of us, it's one of those things. If I had the lead and had a really good defense, I might go ahead and punt it there. But most situations, I'm going to go for a 4th and 1. Off tackle draw, that's a -1. Let's check what his guess wrong would have been there. 21. Franco's had a really long career. Started in 1972, so this is his 11th year in the league. Pro set 3-3-5. It's going to be a flat left to Cribbs. Guess wrong. 13-yard pickup. Cribbs, couple of catches already for 22 yards. Dickey 6 for 6, 73 yards, and the touchdown to Upchurch. So at the Wilmington 44, flat left, Dwight Clark. Incomplete. Dickey's got a good flat card, but that was one of the misses. Second and 10. Hadn't seen a lot of showing blitz at the early stages of the game. It's longed up, Church. It's guess right. Going against a 5. Nobody in long zone. It's going to be a receiver, long gain, 56 yards, touchdown, 44 yards, Rick Upchurch. 4 catches, 98 yards, and a pair of touchdowns in the first quarter. It's 14-0. High Plains with the early lead. 1:48 left, first quarter. Jay's got as many championships probably as any of the top 2 or 3 coaches in Stratomatic in football, so definitely no panic on his part. Off tackle left, Brooks, guess right. 1 man in zone. Fumble. High Plains, Wilmington recovers. No attempt to return, 2nd and 10. So great first quarter for High Plains. Scored on both possessions and have the early 14-0 lead. Off tackle left, Brooks. We guessed wrong with no help. Does not get the block. Ken Jones unable to make it. Would have taken a 6. So it's going to be 3rd and 7. We'll see. Yes. We'll see the 2 tight end, 2 receiver, Ted Brown look again. Big blitz. Short to Ross. It's going to be a dump off. 7-yard pickup, 1st down. Wilmington at their own 46. And we start the second quarter, 14-0, High Plains. Linebacker Ted Brown. Guess wrong. Short gain, 15 yards. So now at the High Plains 39, best penetration of the day for the Wilmington Generals. Short to John Jefferson, guess right. Must run, Kenny Anderson grabs 4, 2nd and 6. Wilmington has one of the better kickers in the league in Nick Lowry. Take a quick look at him between plays. 2nd and 6. Line by Ted Brown, guess wrong. One man zone. It's got 7, that'll be a first down. Lowry has a great card, as you see. Got a flat pass to Ted Brown, picks up 13 now. Wilmington moving to the High Plains 15, 1st and 10. Off tackle right, Brooks, guess wrong. Going to grab 11. All the way down to the High Plains 4, 1st and goal. Going to go full house. Not showing blitz. Line by Ted Brown, guess wrong. Zone loaded. It's going to be a touchdown. So High Plains got the early 14-0 lead. Wilmington with a chance with the extra point to cut it to a one-score game. Yes, 14-7. Penalty on the play. Offsides Wilmington. So still 14-6. Got it 14-7. Those are a big deal in this era because there's no two-point conversions. So once again, a nice defensive field position for Wilmington. High Plains having to start at their own 15, 1st and 10. I'll take a left, Franco, guess right. Loses a yard. 2nd and 11. We'll see if Wilmington goes 3-3-5. Yes, they did that the last time they were able to on 2nd and 11. Load up, Church, double teamed. Incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and 11. Dickey's one of those nice yards per short pass completion guys. So I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a plus 10. His are usually like plus 13, plus 14. 3 wide receiver with Cribbs. Short to Cribbs. Must run, only a yard. Dickey not known for his running ability. High Plains punting. .36-yard punt by George Roberts, excuse me. Nice 29-yard return for James Brooks. So High Plains still with a 7-point lead, but going to have to play some defense here. Wilmington with a great offense, 1st and 10 at the High Plains 22. Short to Dan Ross. Guess right. It's going to be a dump off. Pick up a 5, so it'll be 2nd and 5 at the 17. John Jefferson grabbing his first catch of the day. It's line but guess wrong for Ted Brown. No help in the middle. +2. Nice start for Ted Brown, 4 for 28. and a TD. So it'll be a big 3rd and 3 coming up. Linebuck Ted Brown, guess wrong. Flooded the linebuck zone, though. And he got 3 yards, so got the first down. 1st and 10 at the High Plains 12. Short to Dan Ross, guess right. Defender extra short gain, incomplete. Carlton Williamson needed to be a 5, and he was. So 2nd and 10, no blitz, pro set. Short to Dan Ross, guess wrong, 4 men in zone. Touchdown. So Kenny Anderson with his first TD pass, Nick Lowry on to try to tie this game. And it's 14-all. Midway in the 2nd quarter. And High Plains will get a better field position start here, starting at their own 33 after the 25-yard kickoff return from Danny Pittman. Flat pass left to Cribbs. He's got 6, guess right. 2nd and 4. Flat pass right to Rick Upchurch. Nobody in zone. He's going to grab 7. So 1st and 10 at their own 46. High Plains trying to grab the lead back. Flat pass right Upchurch. 1 man there. Incomplete. Got the 3 on the defensive card. Pick 2 through 5. Incomplete, though. Upchurch 5 for 105 and a pair of touchdowns. So nice 1st quarter and a half for Rick Upchurch. Former 1st-round pick back in 75, I believe. Flat pass left, Dwight Clark. Let's guess right. He's got a short gain, 18-yard pickup. So it'll get him to the Wilmington 36, 5:42 left in the half. Tie game. Left tackle right, it'll guess wrong. Franco, he's got 4. So it gets him into the lip of the 23 to 32 field goal range. 2nd and 6. Flat pass right, Paul Kaufman, 2 men there. Incomplete. So he got the receiver role, but unfortunately that was one of the few Kaufman misses. Very nice tight end receiving card. Former 2nd-round pick. 3rd and 6. Pro set versus a 3-3-5. Off tackle left Cribbs. He's got a 6, so he's going to get containment. 11, 21-yard pickup. With only 1 man in the look-in zone on a 3-3-5. Get the extra 10 yards there. So it's going to set up 1st and 10 at the Wilmington 11. Cribbs, 6 carries, 58 yards. Off tackle right Franco. Guess wrong. No linebacker help. It's going to grab 5. So 2nd and 5 at the Wilmington 6. Stay in the pro set. Showing blitz. Off tackle left, Riggs. Zone loaded. Guessed right. 0. So it'll stop 3rd and 5. That was Gerald Riggs. Must be more of a short yardage back, or he's just saving some cribs carries. And run. It's a good card for cribs. I'm not sure if Riggs is a end run kind of guy or not here. Short to Riggs. It'll be guessed wrong. Incomplete. 4-man in zone. Had it been 3, got a receiver, I believe. Yeah. So going for the field goal, Ray Wershing has got it. So High Plains 17-14 lead down to 2:24 left. Touchback. So the offenses are looking good early. Butcher's going to take a quick break, so am I. Grab some coffee, and we'll be right back. Okay. So 2:06. Left in the first half. 1st and 10. Wilmington at their own 20. We'll see how aggressive Jay wants to be here. He's got some good guess wrong runners, so he may see if he can grab a first down, drain some clock, and go from there. Short gain, James Brooks is going to get 13. Will get us to the 2-minute warning. And from their own 33, he may do the same thing. See if he can pick up a couple running first downs. Make sure High Plains doesn't get another crack at it. Flat pass right, Dan Ross, 2-minute zone. Picked. Flat pass return. Big touchdown chances. Oh. Chose not to advance. Maybe he did. It's showing the ball at the 14 of Wilmington. So I believe he did. That's another thing. I've seen odd things with Stratomatic this year. I've seen that happen more than once. Franco off tackle guessed wrong, grabs 8. So it's going to set up 2nd and 2 at the Wilmington 6. Probably won't see any timeouts just yet. Nope. Staying in a pro set, keeping both wide receivers in play. 3-4 blitz. Off tackle right, Franco. Zone loaded, guess right. 2 yards, 1st and goal at the Wilmington 4. Wilmington takes a timeout. Big defensive possession for Wilmington here. That was a great call by Butch to get the ball back. Loaded the flat zone and got the pick on Kenny Anderson. So off tackle left, Riggs, guess right. Gerald Riggs been being used as a short yardage back here. He's got 3 all the way to the Wilmington 1, first and goal. Timeout. 107 remaining. Wilmington using their second timeout. Wilmington shows blitz. It's got the full house set here. And, of course, Dickey has a chance to run. So it makes it a little harder to key when you load him up and get a full house in there. Off tackle left, Franco keyed. He's not a big fumbler. He's going to score. So High Plains pinning the extra point with a great offensive first half. 24-14 lead. So Wilmington will start at their own 32. I expect they'll be more aggressive down 10 than they might normally be. Pick up 38 yards. He'll be down to the 30. So in run right, Brooks grabs 12 yards, got out of bounds, saving a timeout. Wilmington out their own 44, first and 10. Oh, couldn't get out of bounds, so Wilmington did have to use their final timeout. Still 37 seconds left, so the dump off still in play. 3-3-5 by High Plains. Short to Ted Brown, 3-men in zone. Covered by 5, incomplete. So second and 10. Pro set 3-3-5. They run right, James Brooks. Like the call. Does not get any yards. Unfortunately, Russ Washington, long time, High Plains offensive tackle. Now playing for Wilmington, unable to make the block. He's still a 5, but had to be a 6 there. So third and 10, we see a 3 wide receiver, 1 fullback shotgun, 3-3-5. Short to Dan Ross, 4-men in zone. Picks up 12. Nope, 5-yard penalty, offsides Wilmington. So third and 15 from the Wilmington, 39, 22 seconds left. Staying in a pro set. You can get a nice chunky gain even if you don't get the first down. If you do get out of bounds, you can go for it on fourth down without having to leave a lot of opportunity for High Plains. Off tackle left, James Brooks. He would love to get the 8 with the box. Short gain, 15. Get him to the High Plains 46 and get a first down. We'll see a quick spike here from Kenny Anderson. So 8 seconds left. The High Plains 46. So we're going to need 14 yards to get to the 32. If you can get close enough, just take a shot and hope the variance, or as I call it, the wind, works in your favor on the kick. It's going to be long to Jefferson. 2 men deep. Must run 2 yards. If he didn't get out of bounds. Nope, he did not. It's going to get us to halftime. So High Plains with a big offensive first half, up 24-14. Take a quick look at Box score. So Rick Upchurch with the touchdowns of 26 and 44 got Half Plains started. Wilmington tied it on a Ted Brown 4-yard run. Dan Ross 12-yard touchdown pass from Katie Anderson. Worshing grabbed a field goal. Franco punched it in from 1. That's where we're at. Each team with 12 first downs, 234 offensive yards at 6.7 a play for High Plains. Wilmington probably pretty close to their season average, 5.6 a play, 145 yards. They just didn't get to run enough plays. They will get the ball to receive in the second half. Dickey, 10 of 15, 148, and a pair of touchdowns. Anderson, 5 of 11, 50 yards, 1 pick, and 1 touchdown. There's a couple of good runners. Seeing Joe Cribbs go 6 for 58, and James Brooks for Wilmington went 7 for 54. Wilmington's got a nice 6.3 yards per carry early. Only turnover was a interception with just under 2 minutes left first half. I'm just going to check, see if anybody's looking to join. I don't think so, but so Wilmington will look to try to get this to a 1-score game. They get the ball to start the half. And it looks like we're ready to go. While we're waiting on the kickoff, we'll take a quick look at the possession chart. Yeah. For some reason, it's not showing the interception correctly. As you see, last possession before the interception, Wilmington had the ball at their 33. It was like an interception +1 or +2. High Plains got the ball, though. They were down to the 14, so it's probably like a 20-yard return. So we'll good have opening field position. Start the second half. Wilmington at their own 31. Line buck, guess wrong, Ted Brown. Does not get the block from Ken Huff, former Dallas Destroyer, released in a weird overhaul of my offensive line this year. The way it worked out, I ended up cutting a bunch of guys that probably would have started this year or next, but got guys that give you 2 or 3 years down the road. And anyways, sometimes you just have to sort of let go of those 1-year cards, even if it hurts you in the short term. And that's kind of what we did. Pickup of 7 for Ted Brown, setting up 3rd and 1 at their own 40. Wilmington might go for it if they don't make it here. Linebacker Ted Brown, guess wrong. Probably going to make it. Grab 7. Wilmington at their own 47. Off tackle right, James Brooks, guess wrong. Gets the block from Russ Washington, so 8-yard pickup, 2nd and 2. Linebacker Ted Brown, guess wrong. He's got 7. So Wilmington running the ball very well today. 1st and 10, the High Plains 38. Wilmington has some good runners, so it's not surprising they're running well. Linebacker guessed right, Ted Brown. All the linebackers moved up. 5-yard, nice block, Pete Brock. So we'll set up 2nd and 5 at the High Plains 33. About 4 minutes into the second half. Linebacker Ted Brown, short yardage, full zone, 0. So keeps contain on 3rd and 5. We'll see if High Plains stays 3-4 or goes 3-3-5. It will stay 3-4. Ball at the High Plains 33, 3rd and 5. Linebacker Ted Brown guessed wrong. Containment will not be in effect. It's got 6. Have to have both linebackers in the zone if you're running a 3-4 to get containment on a linebacker. If you're 3-3-5 and the guys there would have had containment. So 1st and 10 at the High Plains 27. Short to Ted Brown, guessed right. Guarded by a 4. Incomplete. Anderson not hitting the rolls that he has on his card as often as Jay would like so far. 2nd and 10. Easily inside Nick Lowry's range here. Short to Dan Ross will be guessed wrong. Picked off. 4 men in zone. Again, I don't know what's going on with interception returns. We've had this happen in several games I've played this year. Off tackle left, Joe Cribbs. It'll be guessed wrong. Grabs 2. 2nd and 8. 8:42 remaining, 3rd quarter. I'm going to write Joe Cribbs. Or I'm sorry, guessed wrong. And Frank O'Harris makes the key block. He's a 4. And it makes a difference. So it's 3rd and 3 instead of being 3rd and 7. So no containment. High Plains at their own 39. Pass left. Dwight Clark. 9-yard pickup. Holding on High Plains, so that's going to move it back. It'll be 3rd and 13. 3 wide receiver, Joe Cribbs in the backfield. Shotgun. Always a temptation with Dickey just to chunk it deep. And he does. Long to Clark, being double teamed. And we got a sack. Curtis Greer with a sack of 9 yards. 4th and 22. High Plains will punt. Important stand there for Wilmington after the pick, and they grabbed it. It's a 40 or 50-yard punt, including the bounce. So Wilmington starting early 24-14 High Plains. 7:12 left in the second half. Still early in the game. Plenty of possessions left, but Wilmington really would like to get it to a 1-score game. Here's Kenny Anderson with a 5-yard must run. I believe he's had a couple of 4s and a +5 so far. Maybe a +2 to go with it. Linebacker guess right, Ted Brown. 2-yard pickup. It's 3rd and 3. The Wilmington 37. Short to Joyner. Guess wrong. Defender X, Charlie Romes makes the play. Needed to be a 5, and he is a 5. So 4th and 3. Jay's giving it some thought. He's going to go for it. 5:42 left. He's got a lot of good calls that offense can make here. He's got a lot of good guys picking up 3 yards. Short to Joyner, guess wrong. 4-minute in zone. 14-yard pickup. The veteran, Charlie Joyner. Second catch of the day. Anderson, 6 of 15, 64 yards and a touchdown. But he's had a couple of picks. Both had maximum men in the zone, and it came off the defensive cards. So 1st and 10, just into High Plains territory. Long to John Jefferson. Guess wrong. Incomplete. Oh. Jays got so many shots there. 9, 10, 11, and force 15 before you even get into Jefferson's card. So Butch dodges a bullet there. 2nd and 10. Left pass right, James Brooks. 1 man there. -5. -6, excuse me. So High Plains catches James Brooks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 16, Wilmington at their own 45. Going to stay in a pro set. If he gets enough yards, certainly conceivable that he'll go for it. Got a pass rusher in with no containment at left linebacker. It's going to be long to Jefferson. 2-minute zone, guess right, incomplete. You see 9 completions there, guess right, for Kenny Anderson. Such a great card. Hasn't rolled the big hits as much as Jay would like, but he has a great card. Roughing the kicker. So Wilmington gets a 1st down at the High Plains 40. Short Dan Ross being double teamed. Incomplete. Would have been a receiver, just guessed right, or excuse me, with 3 men in the zone. Second 10. Almost going to be for sure 4-down territory unless he loses a lot. Off tackle right, wrong. Gets 1 yard. Russ Washington unable to make the block again. Tough day for Russ. 3rd and 9 at the High Plains 39. 3-3-5 against the pro set. Would not be shocked to see another run. Off tackle left, James Brooks. Guess wrong. He's going to get 21 yards. Brooks with a nice game going on. 10 carries, 84 yards. 1st and 10 at the High Plains 18. Linebuck, Ted Brown. Nice pickup, 9 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 1 at the High Plains 9. No dump off. No draws. Full house being shown here. Short to Ross, 4-minute zone. Touchdown. So Dan Ross with his 2nd touchdown catch of the day. Important drive there for Wilmington. And extra point makes it 24-21. We're just under 2 minutes left, third quarter. And High Plains will start from their own 23. Off tackle right, guess right. 3-yard pickup. Eric Laxo unable to make the block. He would have had to be a 6. We've seen that come up a few times for offensive tackles. Laxo is a 4. So 2nd and 7. Off tackle right, Cribs, guess wrong. He's got a helper. Fumble. Wilmington's going to recover. Greg Bingham with fumble recovery, long-time inside linebacker for Jay. So at the High Plains 24, first and 10. It was an 11-yard pickup, flat pass to Ted Brown. Holding on Wilmington. Back to the 34. So first and 20 at High Plains 34. High Plains just turned it over. The catch break there. Bomb to Jefferson. 33 yards down to the 1. It's going to end the third quarter. John Jefferson only had a catch for 5 yards before that. Nice 33-yard pickup there. Beautiful pass by Kenny Anderson. Set up first and goal at the High Plains 1. Linebuck touchdown. Pete Brock with the key block, and Kenny Anderson runs it in. Extra point, good. 28-24 Wilmington. And running right, Joe Cribs, guess wrong. 4-yard pickup, Paul Kaufman making the block, 2nd and 6. Loss of a yard. Nope. Offsides, High Plains. So it'll be 2nd and 11. Jay goes 3-3-5. Guess wrong and run right, Cribs. Picks up 11. That was 11 or plus 47. Ben Williams with a nice play to keep it to 11. So 13-12 remaining. High Plains down 28-24 at their own 42. First and 10. Cribs up to 81 yards. Off tackle draw left, Joe Cribs. Guess wrong. Touchdown. 58 yards. He hits a plus 62. Joe Cribbs with lightning striking. Extra point good. 31-28. High Plains. Been a very exciting game. Wilmington will start at their own 28. 12:36 remaining. Down 3. Short to John Jefferson. Guessed right. Receiver incomplete. Jefferson's got a great receiver card, as you can see. Take a look at his guess wrong real quick. Yeah. Most wide receivers in the modern carding system are not going to catch it on 7. There's a we're going to skip the play. Mandatory penalty, 5-yard offside. So 1st and 15. And Anderson throws to Dan Ross for 6 yards. So 2nd and 9 coming up. Ken Jones making a key block there for a 6-yard pickup for James Brooks to 90 yards. So we're 3rd and 3, Wilmington, their own 35. And run right, Joe Washington picks up 5. Washington's pretty good. He's just buried on a very deep backfield the Generals have. So at the Wilmington 40, 1st and 10. $13-yard pickup. Dan Ross guessed wrong. Short pass. 5 for 53 and a couple of touchdowns for Ross. Anderson 11 of 23, 119. So at the High Plains 47, long to John Jefferson being double teamed. It's going to be a dump off. Loss of 7 for Ted Brown. But it was a look in, so it's incomplete. So we've got a pass rusher in here for 2nd 10. Should not be able to do 3-3-5 here. So 2nd 10 at the High Plains 47. New Jay has got a good chance of going for it on 4th down, so he's really got 3 downs to go here to get a 1st down. Just down 3, a little under 11 minutes left in the game. Short to Dan Ross, it's guessed right. Incomplete. Kenny Anderson once again having an interception check. He's had his share of those so far today. 3rd down, 10 yards to go at the High Plains 47. Short to John Jefferson, not double teamed. 3 men in zone. Incomplete. So 4th and 10. Pat McAnally back on. Coffin corner attempt to avoid those touchdowns on the punt returns. Got 31 yards. High Plains takes over at their own 16. Just under 10 minutes left in the fourth. High Plains had 31-28 in IFL Super Bowl number 19. We don't use Roman numerals, by the way. Off tackle right, Franco Harris grabs 7, guess wrong. 2nd 3. Interesting down. Flat pass left, double teamed Dwight Clark. It's going to put 1 man in zone, Mark Murphy, but he makes the play on a defender X. So free safety automatically moves into the zone. Would have been no man in zone. It would have been a short gain, but a correct double team brings a man into the zone. So it'll be 3rd and 3. Good call by Jay. Long to Dwight Clark. No man in zone. Guess wrong. Big shot for High Plains. Intercepted, 31 yards. Shows no return, but again, it's been really weird with those. 1st and 10 at the High Plains 42. Kenny Anderson out. Off tackle left, James Brooks, guess right. Charlie Joyner, not expected to make the block, unable to. 2nd and 10. Flat pass right, Dan Ross being double teamed. They'll put 2 men in the zone as well, incomplete. Would have been a receiver, guess right. Good call by Butch. We've seen a couple of correct double teams making plays here in the last minute or so. So 3rd and 10 at the High Plains 42. Got the pro set here and a 3-4. Both coaches aware of a run. It's going to be a flooded zone, guess wrong. Two-yard pickup. So Butch got it off the card. He wanted the defensive card there. He'll set up 4th and 8 at the High Plains 40. I bet we see Jay go for it here. Give up a little field position if you miss, but I think it's worth a shot here, and Jay does too. Let's see if High Plains leaves the 0. No, he doesn't. He's got a backup 0-11 pass rusher. He puts in at left linebacker sometimes. Not here. 3-3-5, big play in the game. 4th and 8. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, and Ted Brown. Short to Dan Ross. He's not double teamed. 10-yard pickup. 1st down. Big play for the Generals. We're under 7 minutes to go. Wilmington down 3. Ball at High Plains 30. Linebacker Ted Brown. Guess wrong. He's got 5. He's had years where he's been like short gain on 6 and 7, but still got a lot of really good yards on the card. Guess wrong. So 2nd and 5. Looking to Ted Brown. 1 man in zone. Guess right. 7-yard pickup. Linebacker 6-0 came up. And that'll get Wilmington down to the High Plains 18, 1st and 10. And we're under 6 minutes to go. White knuckle time in Super Bowl number 19. Off tackle right, James Brooks. Guess right. He gets 5. Dan Ross making a block there. 2nd and 5 at the High Plains 13. Linebacker Ted Brown, guess right. No help in the linebacker zone. It's got 0. So 3rd and 5 at the High Plains 13. 4.5 minutes remaining. Pro set. No blitz. Joe Washington in a halfback. Always a good receiver. Short to Joyner. Guess wrong against 4 men. 13-yard pickup. 1st and goal. Oh, no, he got into the end zone. Touchdown, Charlie Joyner. So Wilmington, with the extra point, goes up 35-31, 4:12 remaining. It's a kickoff 2 yards deep in the end zone. Okay, what's going on? Looks like we got a freeze. Let's hope that we would not have any of these during the game. Okay, let's go and get out of this. We do not need to report it to Microsoft. Okay, no strap football. We'll try again. Maybe. Yes, they're still playing, so I just had a lockup for some reason. So it'll be 1st and 10, High Plains at their own 43, 2:24 left, down by 4. Looks like Cribbs. He's got a flat pass, 12-yard pickup down to the Wilmington 45, 2:06 left. Having a great Super Bowl 19 here. Very close. Lots of lead changes. 1st and 10 at the Wilmington 45. It's going to be a 4-yard flat pass up Church. And almost 100 yards at the end of the first quarter. A couple of touchdowns. He's up to 6 from 109 and 2 touchdowns. 2nd to 6 at the Wilmington 41 as we reach the 2-minute warning. Joe Cribbs had a really long touchdown run earlier in the second half. Always a threat to take it the distance. Of course, Lynn Dickey, very good long. Lots of picks, but very good long. Flat pass right to Cribbs. 2 men in zone. Guessed right. 5-yard pickup's going to set up 3rd and 1. It's actually going to Paul Kaufman, excuse me. And it is 3rd and 1. Does not get out of bounds. No timeouts. Wilmington 36. 3rd down and 1. Joe Cribbs stays in the game. I've seen Gerald Riggs play in this situation sometimes, but I think he's in a hurry up. I'll take a left Cribbs. It's guessed wrong. Maximum guys in zone, though. He's got 7. He's fumbled. They hold on. I don't think you can advance in the last 2 minutes on an offensive fumble anyway. But very nice pickup. Oh, we got animation on again. For some reason, animation's been running really slow, so we're going to toggle it off. So 1st and 10 at the Wilmington 29. High Plains has 1 timeout remaining. Incomplete on a flat pass. 2nd and 10. Plenty of time, 107. Run as many as 9 plays. Maybe even short pass guessed wrong to Joe Cribbs. Long gain. Does Cribbs have the ability to go the distance? He does. 29-yard touchdown. Oh, my gosh. 52 seconds left. High Plains jumps ahead 37-35. Wow. Joe Cribbs with his 2nd long touchdown in the 2nd half, and High Plains leads 38-35. So 38-35, 45 seconds left. Wilmington takes over at their own 18. Need a field goal to send it to overtime. You're down to about 7 plays. Got all 3 timeouts, but 7 plays. Pro set against the 3-3-5. So 82 yards from the end zone. They need about 50 yards to get to the 32. Exactly 50, of course. I know the feeling, Butch. Too many leagues. I have to keep like a text document up to know what rules I'm playing with each week. Inrun right Brooks. So you got 7 plays maximum to get 50 yards. Well, you'll need to save 1 for a field goal, but still. Getting yards is the key. Plenty of timeouts. Pick up a 5. It's going to call a timeout. He got out of bounds, so he doesn't have to. Still got 3 timeouts left. 2nd and 5, 37 seconds left. Then run right Brooks. Guess wrong. As you can see, he's got loaded with big short gains. Here's a short gain for 13. Couldn't get out of bounds, so we'll use a timeout here. 30 seconds left. Wilmington's out to their own 36. So you still need about 32 yards roughly to get to the 32. Now you're down to 4 plays before the 1 second mark. Long to Jefferson, 1 man in zone. Lots of hits on Anderson's card. It's going to lose 5 on a must-run sack. Call a timeout. "22 seconds left. 2nd and 15. Wilmington at their own 31. Off tackle left James Brooks. He gets wrong. It's not going to do it, though. Got a yard. 3rd and 14 at their own 32. 15 seconds left. Wilmington is out of timeouts. It's going to make it really tough. Have time for a spike, but you really need to hit a long pass here or a long gain somehow. Three wide receiver, fullback short joiner. Incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 14, 8 seconds remaining. Three, 2, 6. It's going to need a spike and at least 14 yards or a penalty. Long to Mark Nichols, 4th wide receiver. It's a must run, loss of 2, and High Plains is going to be the champion. What a season for High Plains. Great job by Butch. Excellent season for Wilmington, of course. But High Plains with a big playoff run, winning twice on the road in the AFC Championship Series, and then winning a 38-35 victory over, in my opinion, the top team in the league this year, Wilmington. What a great playoff run, Butch. Let's see. One of these guys wants to join, or both, hopefully. We'll keep this open. So one of the best IFL Super Bowls we've ever had. Had a couple last year. Brandon almost pulled off a big win against Wilmington. Got all the way down to like the 12 or something like that with one or two plays left, and unfortunately had a sack fumble on the next play and ended up losing. Really happy for Butch winning a championship, his first in the league. High Plains won with an inferior quarterback back in 1970, or a coach back in 73, but got Butch in charge now, and he picks up his first championship. Joe Cribbs hitting the long gain was fitting. That was killer. He was unstoppable today. Let's take a quick look at the box score. High Plains, 392 yards to Wilmington's 367. Dickey, 14 of 22, 198, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Anderson, 14 of 31, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Cribbs, 17 for 169 rushing, 5 for 69 receiving. Long 58-yard touchdown run and 29-yard touchdown pass. both in the second half, and we had the game-winning play occur very late. Cribbs with a 29-yard touchdown with 52 seconds left to pull victory from the jaws of defeat. Let's see if either of these guys wanted to jump on. Doesn't look like it. I kind of need to be somewhere. I was kind of hoping or thinking we might be done a little earlier than this, so I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Congratulations to Jay on a great season, falling just a little bit short of his 4th IFL championship, and congratulations especially to Butch and the High Plains Drifters on winning their first title game. Very exciting game and fun to watch. I'm sure it was a lot more fun to coach. We will go ahead and end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast, and we will see you soon. Take care.